Hi, I'm Rico Nasol, and today we're going to talk about how you can be more successful while also grooming your team in what we call succession planning. I'll talk about that in just a second. Whenever you're leading a team, you need to think about how they're going to grow and they're going to develop. Like, how do they continue to get the skills that they need to succeed in their career and be someone like you? But more importantly, in that phrase, be more like you, how do you set yourself up to move up yourself, right? It's all about succession planning. We need to make sure that you are grooming your replacement at all times, because if you don't have a replacement, you can't move on to the next job. Like a wise man always told me that when you get a new job, you can't keep doing your old job. So succession planning is super important. The first benefit of succession planning is you start to build a team of potential leaders, right? So if you're training all these folks to take on more things, you're actually creating more high performers on your team, and you're building a team that's chock full of leaders. And I think that's great for anyone that's building teams, because then if they're high performing and they're asking to take on more, that means you can delegate more, but then it also means that they can take your business and scale it to different levels. And that's also helpful when you're trying to build trust. The best way to build trust is actually to delegate more bigger projects and actually just believe in your team and empower them to do what you know they can do. The second benefit of succession planning, why is it so hard to say? The second benefit of succession planning is that you have better retention, because you actually have team members that you're actively growing and you're developing and you're fostering and you're creating that mentorship. Of course, they're going to want to continue to work for you, and they want to learn all the things that they can from you. If leaders see that you are providing a path for them, you're actually inspiring them to grow, you're encouraging them to work harder. Just like in sports, when you are constantly succession planning through the draft or whatever, you're just constantly building your bench. So the more you build your bench, the more you have people that can step up into your spot and develop that trust and continue to follow you and feel inspired. Benefit number 3, and maybe arguably one of the most important, is having a succession plan actually allows you to step away for vacations, paternity leave, for anything that you need to step away from. When you have a bench full of leaders on your team, you can either delegate whole jobs or you can delegate pieces of what you do. So you can take that month-long vacation, go sit on a beach somewhere, go enjoy your time off, your family, your friends, your fur babies, whatever it is. Just gives you time to go away, and also allows other folks on your team to go away. If you constantly have this idea of succession planning and filling in and delegation, then you can take more time off actually and enjoy the work-life balance on a team that you've created. And it may seem contrary, but if the team can operate just as well with you not around, that actually speaks more about you than it does about your team, that you actually have cultivated a team of high performers. So don't think of it as, the team can't run without you. Think about how successful you are if you can leave and your team never skips a beat. That speaks volumes. And finally, like I mentioned at the top, the fourth benefit of succession planning is if you're looking to get promoted, if you want that director role, that VP role, whatever it is, someone needs to take your job. And until you have someone to do your old job, you're going to be doing your new job and your old job at the same time. So you don't want to do that. The way I talk about it also is, another way to frame it is, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, and I don't plan on getting hit by a bus, don't get me wrong, but if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, the business shouldn't stop. Just as much as if I won the lottery, I don't play the lottery, but if I won the lottery, I should be able to step away and the business shouldn't miss a beat. So those things, you want to make sure you actually have a plan in place for you to either get promoted, for you to leave the business, whatever happens. You want to make sure that your team has a plan moving forward so the business doesn't skip a beat. The last thing you want to do is have you move on or move out of the business or move up in the business, and then the team's not ready and it just all goes to hell. You don't want to do that. So make sure you're constantly succession planning, just for your own benefit even. And there's many more benefits. Still hard to say. So there's so many more benefits to succession planning. I just came up with, the top 4 that I think about when I'm succession planning. But whether you're an active leader, you're newer leader, experienced leader, it's something you should always be thinking about, just because the talent density is important, the inspiring and retention is important, your ability to take a vacation is important, and then for you to get promoted or to move on to other things, all those things are super important. So remember, succession planning isn't just something you put off till later. It's something you're constantly doing, essentially training your replacement. So if that's not in your wheelhouse, I think it's something we can work on together, but it's something you should always be planning for. So if you're not doing it today, pick the folks that are on your team that can take on these bigger projects and start to cultivate them and mentor them and inspire them. And hopefully one day you'll find someone step into your role, so then you can go on to the next role. All right, so if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe. I'll be posting every week. And then, let me know if you want to chat. Hit me up in comments or leave me a note. All right, take care. See you next time.